All right, welcome everyone. We have got two breaks tonight. First one is quick and easy. It's an autographed baseball jersey from Leaf. The second one is our case of select football. As we typically do, I'm going to go over a little information before we actually get started ripping. So while everybody's getting in the room and getting settled, we're going to get started with that. Feedback is automated on eBay. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you're instantly going to get the same in return. And of course, far more importantly, there is a big thank you. Always appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, and hanging out with me. We're going to take a look now at what is coming up in the days ahead. So it looks like this. Tomorrow night, we're going to do another case of Series 1 Jumbo Baseball. Veteran Base does not ship in that break, and the Celebration of Decades ticket is a separate bidding category. Sunday night is an off night. Monday night, a pair of Leaf autograph multi-sport jerseys, a 20-box case of Archive Signature Series Active Player Edition Baseball, and a 12-box case of Plates and Patches Football. Tuesday night, we'll do another case of Series 1 Jumbo. Once again, it will be Veteran Base not shipping and Celebration of Decades event ticket as a separate bidding category. On Wednesday night, it's a new release night. We're going to start a little earlier than normal at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. It will be a 20-box break of Panini One football. Those will be loose boxes from a shared case or shared cases. And then we'll break a half case of 2020 Heritage Baseball. And what else? I think that's it for that page. Let's move forward to what we're looking at here. Couple of things you need to know. The autographed baseball jersey, since it is a free shipping break, if you do not hit in that break, your team is not the team that's pulled. Your consolation card or cards would typically be held to ship with your next package. I do keep track of that for a rolling 90-day period. If you don't want to wait for that and you'd like your consolation card sent out right away, plain white envelope and a stamp kind of deal, you can send me a message on eBay and let me know. If you are the lucky winner of the autographed baseball jersey tonight, you can expect it to be on the way to you no later than Friday the 28th, a week from today. Often they go sooner, but it would not go later. We have one paid shipping break tonight. That is select football. We don't need to worry about consolation cards there because everybody's going to pull cards. Everybody's going to have a package coming, and it will be out the door and on the way to you no later than Tuesday. And just as a reminder, XRC redemptions are a separate bidding category in our select break tonight. So first up is a 2020 Leaf autographed baseball jersey. This is break number 8. Everything that we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay, which is Friday night, the 21st of February. You've got the team names there on the left-hand side. Winning bidders are across from each team on the opposite side. Of course, a new spreadsheet will go up when we get to select football. This one is just for the baseball jersey, which is our first break of the night. And we may have a team available in select football. As it stands right now, there is an unpaid team, so we'll see if they're still unpaid in a minute, but for now they are. Last little piece of business, you will notice that your background is about to get blurry. That is intentional. Please don't let that concern you. We're going to be able to see what we need to see with no problems at all. All right, so let's get into our baseball jersey tonight and see what fun awaits us. Cruz and Kid Baseball card and Emery HVAC and Yankees cards 2 are all in chat tonight. Hi, guys, and Aaron, too. I just see Aaron jumped in there as well. So hi to each and every one of you and all the other people who are hanging out with us and not chatting. Hi to you guys, too, of course, and gals. Baseball jersey. It is Wade Boggs. And I do believe that is going to be the Red Sox. And there is your Wade Boggs autograph. You've got a Beckett authentication sticker. I might want to change that up again. I like to look at stuff up pretty close. Hang on a second. We're going to tweak this just a teensy tiny little bit more in that direction. Yeah, there. I like that better. Okay. And then there's your autograph, and your paper Beckett authentication is there on the back for Mr. Wade Boggs, and that appears to be a Red Sox jersey. I will double check it for you, but I think that it is. And we're going to next be going into select football. And in select football, we have got, I think, an unpaid team. Boo, right? Boo. We don't like unpaid teams. The Wade Boggs is the Red Sox. So we all kind of thought it was, obviously he played for the Yankees and a couple other teams, but the Yankees don't have any red in their uniform and the Red Sox do. So I'm going to let you look at this for a minute. We just talked about it, but some people have probably jumped in the interim, so you can go ahead and peruse that for a moment. Let's see what team we've got available. So it looks like it's the Denver Broncos in select football that is sitting here unpaid. It was bid at $178 on eBay. Of course, doesn't matter what it was bid to if they don't pay for it, right? And that's, where we sit right now. Big unpaid Denver Broncos team. So if anybody would like to pick up the Broncos, please jump into chat and let me know. Meanwhile, I'm going to update the spreadsheet here to reflect that that is unpaid and get that much updated anyway. Give me 1 second. Yeah, yay. Len, does anybody want it? Edward, it is the Broncos unpaid. We're getting ready to do a full case of select football. So that's what's unpaid. The Denver Broncos in a full case select football break. That's what we're working on at the moment. So if somebody's interested, let me know. All right, so one more time, baseball jersey, we just broke it. If you had the Red Sox, that'll be heading your way no later than Friday a week from today. If you did not have the Red Sox, consolation card typically held to ship with your next package since it's a free shipping break. If you want it sent sooner, hit me up and let me know. Then our paid shipping break tonight, select football, that we're getting ready to start here in a moment, should be out the door and on the way by Tuesday. XRC Redemption is a separate bidding category. I'm sure everyone saw that in the listing description. And it looks like this, a 12-box break of 2019 Select Football. This is a full case break. It is break number 2. Team names on the left, winning bidders across from on the right. Denver Broncos unpaid and currently available. Alan, you're asking how much. It was bid up to $178 on eBay and some change, but obviously throw out an offer. Now, I mean, I don't want to do something that's like $50 or whatever, but if you have an offer that is something close to what we're looking at that it actually sold for, you can jump in there and throw it into chat, put your hat in the ring, so to speak. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and dig in here. We're going to start getting some boxes out of here. So here's typically what we're going to find in here. 2 autographs and 1 memorabilia card per box on average. You all know how Panini likes to say on average. The reason they do that is this. Occasionally, we don't get the hits we're supposed to get. In fact, was it this product the other night, guys, where we ended up with missing an autograph in 1 box, but had an extra relic that one of you caught when we were doing it live? I think maybe it was this product. So that can happen. It doesn't happen often, but it can happen. And then, of course, the other thing it covers is that sometimes one of our hits gets replaced with a points card. If that happens tonight and we have a points card that comes out, we'll use random.org to award that at the end of the night if we hit any of those. If we hit any redemptions along the way, those typically will set face down up in what I like to call our housekeeping area, and they will hang out there pretty much all night. And then at the very end of the break, we flip them all over, check out what's on the other side, go to the Panini website, and find out the team and the numbering and all that. All right, so Steve says unpaid people are the worst. Yeah, I know. I agree. Makes no sense. I mean, why are you going to bid on it if you're not going to pay for it? So no one is interested in the Broncos. Is that where we sit at the moment? That the Broncos are just going to be hanging out as an unpaid team and nobody wants them? Is that the deal? All right, then we will consider that one case closed and move onward and upward. We'll see what we can find in here tonight. Select Football is awesome every year. And I'm sure some of you probably saw this already. It came out just this week, so you've probably already seen a couple of breaks of it. We've had some nice things show up out of our first case. I would expect we're going to have an equal number of nice things out of here tonight. Out of this very first box, we'll go a tad bit slower and talk about what we're seeing a little more on some of the things that maybe we won't spend as much time on in the future boxes going forward, but in the first box we will, as just a little get acquainted sort of thing. And yeah, what else do we need to know? I don't know. I think that's mostly the high points. Now, there is a zebra striped parallel that sometimes comes out in these. It's not a guaranteed case hit. We did not hit one in our last case. As a matter of fact, the one we opened on release night, we didn't have a zebra, but we did have a couple of one-of-ones, which was very nice. Sometimes I think those go hand in hand. It seems to me that often if you hit one-of-ones, especially more than one, you don't as often get the zebra parallel in the same box. And when you don't hit as many or any one-of-ones, it seems you're more likely to get the zebra parallel in there. All right, so this is an example of just the straight up base cards. We're going to buzz through those at a pretty quick little clip tonight. So this is a base card that is a prism, and they're not numbered for the most part, and if I find any that are numbered, of course I'm going to flag them and let you know. But for the most part, the base prisms that are unnumbered, I will either call the player name or the team name and then just kind of keep on trucking. We won't really flip those over in future boxes. Now our die cuts, there are a lot of die cut parallels. The white version here is numbered to 35, so it's one of the lower parallels for die cuts. Fletcher Cox and the Eagles have our first numbered card of this break. And there's another, just a base prism, and it's Ezekiel Elliott for the Cowboys. There are, of course, 3 different levels of cards. Each one may have a different image on it. We're talking about Field, Concourse. I always forget the third one. It might be Premier, but I wouldn't swear to it. That is a Pat Mahomes, and it is numbered to 99. We will likely find plenty of variations that look like that too. Now this I'm using as an example because you can tell that it has some curvature to it. It doesn't come out of the pack nice and flat, and unfortunately, that is the case with a lot of cards made like this with this type of coating. So just be aware there is some curvature on this stuff. It's another base prism. That's Saquon for the Giants, and this is a Kyler Murray, and it is a prism unnumbered base as well. I'm not going to necessarily sleeve all the things either as we go. Some of the higher numbered stuff and some of the things that are just base prisms and whatnot. Some of them may later be sleeved, but for the purposes of keeping things moving tonight, I won't necessarily do that for everything. First box, our autograph, one of our 2 autographs, it's going to be a redemption. So once again, those stay face down right up there in housekeeping within your view the whole time. We flip them over at the very end of the night, then go to the Panini website and check them all out one right after the other, more or less. Makes it a little more efficient than doing it in between. There's a Xavier Woods for the Cowboys, a Terry McLaurin base prism for the Redskins, and Mark Andrews and the Ravens. And here comes the blue. I happen to think these are particularly nice looking cards this year. So our blue parallel is numbered to 149. That's Adam Thielen for the Vikings. And Brian Burns for the Panthers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, numbered to 75, the Green Bay Packers. There's our relic hit for this box. We're still looking for one autograph. Remember, our other autograph will be setting up there on that redemption, which we'll check out at the end of the night. Darwin Thompson, Kansas City. A little spacer card. We'll find plenty of those. They're just blank cards really put in there, honestly, to kind of fool the people who like to go into hobby stores and feel up the packs and try to find the hits. They start putting those spacers in there so it feels like a hit, and then those people who buy those packs and they go home and open them, they just get the spacers. I think that's funny. Drew Brees, numbered to 75 for the Saints with our purple parallel. Because, I mean, honestly, if you're going to be that kind of person, you're going to be like a pack feeler kind of person, then it kind of serves you right if you get all the spacers when you get home. I think, anyway. All right, our first autograph that we're going to see live tonight is headed to the Patriots. It is Jamie Collins, numbered to 199. That one's got a lot of curvature with it, too. Another little spacer there, another base prism, Zeke for the Cowboys, and a different die cut. Our light blue die cuts are numbered to 99. And that's how the first box looks. So now in the subsequent boxes, as I mentioned, all the base prisms, we're not going to flip all those over. We know that those are not numbered. I think we've established that. So I'll call out team name or player name as we come across it in case, good grief, in case someone isn't, I need to sharpen my blade, isn't looking up at the screen at the moment. And then if you hear your team or your player called, you might want to glance up there and check it out. But numbered things we will continue to flip over and look at the numbering. And of course our hits. All right. Dirty Dog is here too. Hi, Dirty Dog. And Edward. Did I say hi to you a minute ago, Edward? I don't know if I did or not. But if I didn't, hi. Edward, do you think a Drew Lock one of one's going to come out? Hey, it might. You never know. It just might. That stuff happens like that sometimes. It is hard to predict. But we have had a lot of luck in general pulling Drew Lock. Of course, he's a redemption most of the time. But we do find him fairly often in our 2019 football breaks this year. He's been surprisingly easy to hit towards the end of the season. I think it was a little tougher pull maybe earlier in the season, but the later season products, he's showing up with a fair degree of regularity, so that's nice. It works like that sometimes. Early season, you pull 5,000 of one guy, can't pull the other guy to save your life, and then the back half of the season, it flips around, seems like. All right, there is a Josh Jacobs for the Raiders and a Terry McLaurin for the Redskins, Paris Campbell, the Colts, and David Montgomery for the Bears. This one is numbered to 49 for the Chicago Bears. And, of course, our other red, white, and blue that's more of the wave pattern. I believe that's the one that was numbered to 7. Was it numbered to 70? Or no, to 99 maybe was the other one. Well, we'll flip them over anyway. Nice little Kyler Murray base prism. We're going to go ahead and sleeve him anyway because, well, it is Kyler Murray. And, you know, that was not a cheap team either, was it? Another nice-looking base prism there with Pat Mahomes for the Kansas City Chiefs. And there's Julio Jones for the Falcons. We've got ourselves another blue one. Guy I happen to like, Teddy Bridgewater for the Saints to 149. I wish my Steelers would pick him up, but I don't think that's going to happen, but I wish they would. Dexter Lawrence, Giants, a die-cut Melvin Ingram for the Chargers, numbered to 99. And there's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, Eagles. Michael Thomas for the Saints. Little pack spacer, Marlon Mack, Colts, and then Kerryon Johnson and the Lions, numbered to 199. So a while ago, I thought that I said that was numbered to 99. Maybe it was 199, or maybe they vary back and forth. I don't know. The numbering on Select is always hard for me to remember, frankly. All right, there's a little Emmitt Smith for the Cowboys. We have got a hit for my Pittsburgh Steelers, baby. Mason Rudolph, numbered to 75, with a relic. Yeah, Mason Rudolph, that whole Myles Garrett thing, that still has not died down. It's probably a good thing he won't be the starter next year. Well, we hope. We think it'll be Big Ben again, because the Browns might just kill him the next time. Travis Frederick, numbered to 35, comes out with some ink for the Dallas Cowboys. It's our first autograph out of this box, and this is going to be our other one, numbered to 49. It's the 49ers and Nick Bosa with a really nice-looking two-color relic and autograph. Good-looking card for the Niners. Spacer and James Conner Steelers. Another blue die cut. This one is Derek Carr, Raiders, to 99. And that box is now officially in the books. You guys are quiet tonight in chat. That's always so eerie when it's so quiet. I don't blame you, though. It's been a long week, hasn't it? Doesn't it somehow feel like this week has felt like it took 10 days to get through the last 5? I don't really know why, but it has just felt like an exceptionally long week. And I've also been off a day all week. As in, today feels like it should be Saturday to me and not Friday. And I'm not quite sure why that is either. But one of those weeks. What are you going to do? Oh, shoot. Sorry, I just hit a wrong thing there. I watched this on an iPad as well as on the laptop that I stream from, but when I watch it on the iPad, I can watch it and see it the same way that you see it. So that way I can, see the chat and answer the chat and monitor for any kind of weird issues or anything that might come up. I just have to keep the volume turned down on it so you don't get a bunch of feedback, but it's helpful for the other part of it, for sure. Being able to make sure that all is well. Aaron wishes Bridgewater would have stayed with the Vikings. Yeah, I tell you, I like Teddy a lot. He just played up the road here in Louisville. But the thing of it is, after he had that horrific injury, I mean, nobody knew if he was even going to come back. It's Jared Goff. And here is a white Peyton Manning for the Broncos. It is numbered to 35. And so, obviously, the Vikings had to make other plans. Terry McLaurin, Redskins. There you have Ray Lewis for the Ravens. Keenan Allen, the Chargers. And we've got a hit coming up for the Patriots next. So I guess, it just didn't work out for Teddy to stay there. I think he's looked really good, what limited amount we've seen him down in New Orleans, but I don't think he'll stay there either unless he gets no interest as a starting quarterback, which would surprise me considering the number of teams that need one. Damian Harris and the Patriots, that is numbered to 25, and that's a good-looking 4-color relic inside there as well. So all the way around, nice hit for New England. And there's Mark Andrews, Ravens, Baker Mayfield for the Browns, Saquon Barkley, Giants, and next up is DK Metcalf. This one is numbered to 99, and it is our relic hit from this box. But I hope wherever Teddy goes, Benny Snell Jr., that was for the Steelers. This is a red N'Keal Harry. It is numbered to 99 for the Patriots. But I hope that wherever Teddy ends up, that he's given a good opportunity to be the starter, because Sammy Watkins and the Chiefs, because before he had that injury, I mean, he really looked good, and he needs to get another chance. Josh Allen and the Jags, and Josh is numbered to 149, so our red ones are numbered to 99. This is a shade of red, but more maroon, and it ends up being numbered to 149. So that's just the difference, if you're wondering. Well, even if you weren't wondering, now you know. You're probably like, yeah, we weren't wondering at all. Which, that's fine, but now you know. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. Here is a nice little Nick Bosa rookie parallel, numbered to 199 for the 49ers. Green Bay Packers. You have Dexter Williams, numbered to 199, autograph. Is that our second autograph out of this box? I guess it is. Saquon for the Giants. A little Tillman for the Bears. And then Russell Wilson. Got the maroon color on that one, so the higher numbered one to 149 for the Seahawks. Which wraps that box up. Aaron, you said Zimmer wanted to keep him. Spielman thought Cousins was the answer. You like Cousins, but you could have used that money to build other areas. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. I mean, Kirk Cousins cost a fortune at that time. Of course, now the QB market's been reset the top level 2 or 3 times already, and it's about to be reset again. So, yeah. But I don't disagree with you. Kirk cost you a lot of money, and he did look better late in the year this year. Certainly better this year in general, but I don't blame you for feeling that way. But it was just, hard to know. It was just so hard to know what was going to happen with Teddy, and all the QBs there in Minnesota were getting ready to hit free agency at the same time, and they had to make some hard decisions. They did. And they just, I guess, did the best they could with the info they had. But I do really hope Teddy gets an opportunity somewhere. So, who knows? I don't think my Steelers are going to pick up a quarterback. But, boy, I sure wish that we would. Like, I really wish that we would. Because, listen, man, Big Ben, he's getting old. I don't care how much you like him. Dude is getting old. And he's for football. Not old for life, but old for football. And he's lost a step or two. We can all see it. And at least every year, for the last several years, he at least misses a couple of games due to some kind of injury of some sort. And we all saw what happened without him when we had Mason Rudolph, who looked good for a game or two, and then the bottom fell out. And then Duck Hodges, who looked good for a game or two, and then the bottom fell out. So it's like, go get me somebody else, man. But they're not going to. That's not how the Steelers work usually. Rodney Anderson. This has a ton of curvature to it. It's going to be a tie-dye, though. It is numbered to 25 for the Bengals, and you've got some ink with it. But, man, I mean, it is really massively curved. Should be flattened out a bit by the time you get it, though, from having been in the top loader and whatnot. There is another little Kyler Murray base prism. We might as well just sleeve him now because we're going to have to get one for this bad boy anyway. former Pittsburgh Steeler, Le'Veon Bell for the Jets, numbered /299. And then there is a base prism, N'Keal Harry. Keeping things trucking along here. You may as well grab him too. He's sitting up there on the top of the stack. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, numbered /199 for the Eagles. But you know what I think is interesting is that everybody's saying that Marcus Mariota is not going to get another shot at starting quarterback this year. It was Gurley for the Rams, John Ross for the Bengals, and T.J. Hawkinson for the Lions. I mean, who knows what will actually happen, obviously, but all the talking heads who like to have something to talk about in the off season are all speculating that Marcus Mariota is going to just end up somewhere as a glorified backup. James Washington /49 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was better, but he needs to get better still. Darren Waller die cut. Ooh, hoo-hoo, there's our little zebra, baby. Right on. A little zebra die cut that is typically a case hit. That one's for the Raiders. Again, they don't guarantee those to come out in a case, but you know my theory, we discussed it earlier. So that might mean we're not going to find a bunch of 1-of-1s in here since we got the zebra, but we'll see how that goes. Xavier Woods and the Cowboys. A red Hunter Renfrow /99 for the Raiders. And a Brian Burns. Here's another blue one, T.J. Hawkinson for the Lions. And that one is numbered /175. And a Josh Allen base prism, followed by an Aaron Donald base prism. David says that it's because Marcus Mariota stinks. I do not agree with that. Josh Jacobs and the Raiders. Ezekiel Elliott and the Cowboys. Here comes Marquise Hollywood Brown, numbered /210 for the Baltimore Ravens, with a 3-color relic and our gold parallel. There's a James Conner Steelers and Darwin Thompson again for the Chiefs. A little Dan Marino action, numbered /49 for the Dolphins. Yeah, I don't think Marcus Mariota stinks. I do think that he's due for a change of scenery. We all know that can work wonders. All you have to do is take a look at the Titans to see that. Because really now, when Ryan Tannehill was down in Miami, would anybody have looked at him and said, oh, he's going to take somebody all the way to the playoffs, etc., etc.? No. I don't think you would have, but he got a change of scenery and some different coaching and some different teammates, and things are a whole lot different now for Ryan Tannehill. I think it's the same thing for Mariota. I mean, guy's never going to be the greatest quarterback in the league, but he's certainly better than a backup. And he's arguably better than some of the starting quarterbacks that probably will be starting next year. So we'll see how it shakes out. But really, I'm just excited for the draft at this point. I'm like ready for April. I want to know right now who's going where. Of course, everybody, worst kept secret in the world is Joe Burrow to Cincinnati, but that's getting shaken up a little bit with him making some somewhat cryptic comments, as in he might have some leverage he could use, i.e. not go to Cincinnati. And then it's so strange, all these players, former #1 picks and others that have retired from the NFL all telling the guy, yeah, don't go to Cincinnati. Force your way out of there. That's awful. Lamar Jackson for the Ravens. There's Ryan Finley, speaking of the Bengals. And Jonathan Abram for the Raiders, followed by a little Julio Jones for the Falcons, numbered 235 with the white parallel. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, numbered 249 for the Eagles. Good-looking relic. Autograph along with it, but I'm a fan of the relic in particular on that card. David, you said Tannehill is just a game manager that walked into a great defense and a beast of a running back that carried the load. You know what? Sometimes game managers are all you need, depending on how the rest of the team is set up. Andy Isabella, Cardinals. John Ross to 199 for the Bengals. So it kind of, depends. There are a lot of people that over the years have called Tom Brady a system quarterback. Basically a plug and play that if you plugged anybody in there with the coaching and the teammates that he had, that they would have been equally successful. That's to 199. Mercury Morris for the Dolphins. How about that for some throwback? Woohoo! Miami. But, of course, I don't think that's true either. Ty Johnson, Lions. Josh Jacob, Raiders. Jarvis Landry for the Browns. I mean, maybe there's a little bit of truth to it in that you could have probably put a less talented quarterback in that situation and they would have still been successful. But would they have been as successful? I doubt it. Darius Slayton to 199 for the Giants. And there's Julius Peppers. Charles Tillman here is going to be numbered. That's the Bears to 75. And there's a Matt Ryan. I thought Matt was going to be numbered, but he's not. I looked at that wrong. He is a prism, but he's not numbered. But, really, if you were to say that about Tannehill, that it was really just Derrick Henry and the defense that made Tannehill look good, why wouldn't the same have been true of Marcus Mariota then? With Marcus as quarterback, why wouldn't they have had the same level of success if it were just the defense and Derrick Henry? Christian McCaffrey prism. A Pat Mahomes base prism. And Zeke for the boys. Numbered to 175. Julio Jones, Falcons. And speaking of the Titans, numbered 210, there's a Kersey, Javon Kersey, relic, 2-color. And that wraps up that box. David says Mariota stinks worse than Tannehill. That's why it's that way. Oh, you don't like poor Marcus, do you? Who knows? It'll be a crapshoot next year. A lot of teams, I think, are going to be making changes at under center, either with the draft or free agency, one or the other. Some years, a lot of teams set pat. This isn't going to be one of those years, I don't think. I saw somebody put up there a minute ago, one of you back up in there, Steve, said it was tank for Trevor. Man, Trevor Lawrence is something else, isn't he? I mean, good Lord, you just keep thinking he can't look better, but if he has another year next year, like he had this past year, he's just a monster. There's a little guy in the XFL that's kind of burning it up right now, too, relatively speaking. I forget what the guy's name is, but he made a sidearm throw the other day. I didn't see the game, but I saw the highlight reel. Threw a little sidearm underneath a defender who had his arms, outstretched upward, expecting a typical pass. Somehow sidearmed it basically under that guy's armpit into the hands of his receiver who was speeding across the end zone, who somehow managed to catch it for the touchdown. It was pretty awesome play, actually. And apparently that kid has been making some plays like that out of the first couple of games for the XFL. So CJ Mosley, and he was on somebody's practice squad, but I forgot who had him, but whoever it was that cut him. Allen Robinson to 199 for the Bears. And our first XRC makes an appearance. And that, remember, belongs to the XRC bidding category, and it brings us wide receiver 3. So, well, actually, let's put that over here to recap it. So, wide receiver 3, first XRC out. So, Miles Sanders, Preston Williams for the Dolphins, Marquise Brown, Ravens. On average, we should find 3 XRCs per case. I always say on average because sometimes it doesn't work that way, but most of the time it will. So we do have ourselves a 1 of 1 despite getting a zebra earlier. Here it comes. It is the Eagles and Jason Kelce with a really kind of cool looking relic with the 201 in there and centered pretty nicely too. And then your autograph. So the Eagles, 1 of 1, Jason Kelce. Congrats on that. You know how I love my 1 of 1s. DeAndre Baker for the Giants and Andre Johnson, Texans. Both with base prisms, followed by Von Miller and the Broncos. Joey Bosa. We've hit both the Bosa brothers tonight. Joey is numbered to 49 with a, 4-color relic, I guess, for the Chargers. We barely got that navy in there. There's Fletcher Cox, and, ooh, this ought to be numbered to 10 when we flip it. It is an Ezekiel Elliott die cut for the Cowboys, gold parallel to 10. Ed Oliver for the Bills, and we've got a purple parallel David Montgomery for the Bears. It is numbered to 75. Joejuan Williams to 25. This is going to be another tie-dye. That is the wrong sleeve. Sorry. Grabbed it off the wrong pile there. So tie-dye autograph Joejuan Williams, Patriots to 25. And again, quite a bit of curvature on that one too. Many of these have quite a bit of curvature, but for some reason the tie-dyes especially so. Tyler Lockett for the Seahawks, and here comes Aaron Donald for the Rams. He is numbered to 149. Marquise Brown to 25, Ravens. Another relic. So that's a pair, I think, of Marquise Brown that were relics, right? Wasn't the other one a low numbered 2? That one's the tie-dye to 25. Terry McLaurin, Redskins. Quincy Williams, Jags. Here's DeAndre Baker to 99 for the Giants. Our last little base card there was Keyshawn Johnson. All right, we're halfway home. We have opened 6, and we have 6 left to look at. So we're making some progress here. Slowly but surely, we're getting it knocked out. Aaron, you think this is a hot case for Zeke? Oh, David, I just now saw you asked about the zebra, but I see also somebody answered you. So, oh, Edward, do you have the Eagles tonight, Edward? Was that your one of one? You've got a little heart there, so I'm thinking it was because you said no way and then a heart symbol. So I'm gonna think, yeah, that was yours. If so, congratulations, my friend. Yeah, I kind of wish every product was Select. Select and National Treasures, right? Just, oh, well, the Prism too. I do like Prism, but I just wish Prism had fewer base cards. Well, but then I wouldn't give up Contenders or Optic, so I guess I really don't wish every product was Select, but I do really like it a lot. That is you for the Lions. All right. Or the Eagles, rather. Why did I say Lions? Got Lions on the brain. All right, Edward. Well, congrats on your spiffy little one of one there. Ah, Derek, your Aaron Rodgers one of one out of the first case. Yeah, that's on the way to you. That got picked up today by the mail carrier, so it is winging its way towards you, or it may still be in the distribution center here, but anyway, it's out of here and on the way, whatever they've done with it to this point. Jimmy G for the 49ers, followed by a little Barry Sanders for the Lions. Zeke for the Cowboys, Terry McLaurin, Redskins. There's Saquon for the Giants, and we've got a blue Pittsburgh Steelers. It's our rookie Deontay Johnson, numbered to 175. Notice I say our rookie like I own the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, I wish. I wish I owned the Pittsburgh Steelers. Darren Waller for the Raiders. Our first orange of the night. Edward's having a night. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, numbered to 49. The orange parallel. Juju Smith-Schuster, Steelers. Here comes Tim Boyle for the Green Bay Packers, numbered to 175 with the blue parallel. Ooh, I like this kid. A Devin Bush. It's numbered to 25. Probably going to be tie-dye for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, it is. Woohoo! Our good little defensive rookie, Devin Bush. Yes, I like him. We need him, too. He was good. We need him to be, like, even better. Even better than he was. Like, keep going, guy. Dwayne Haskins for the Redskins and Dan Marino for the Dolphins. We're going to go ahead and put Dwayne in there, even though he's just a base. Because he's eventually going to get sleeved anyway. Might as well do it while it was sitting there. Devin McCourty, numbered to 75. Patriots, relic and autograph. The Jets and Sam Darnold. This is numbered to 99. That is our relic hit for this box. Zeke again for the Cowboys. And there's a little Trubisky blue parallel. Bears 175. Our next XRC makes an appearance. Let's hope it's QB1. How happy would we all be? Well, if you owned it, you'd be particularly happy, but so would I be. Instead, we got Defense 3. Okay. All right. Well, that's not exactly what we wanted. Sam Darnold for the Jets. And Deontay Johnson, Steelers. Paris Campbell for the Colts. And it is numbered to 199. That's the end of that box. Yeah, Defense 3 is not probably too terribly exciting in XRC. Maybe, though, maybe that means that we will pull QB1 before it's all said and done. Since we got a defensive player in there. What do you think? Derek, you're going to get the Aaron Rodgers graded? Yeah, I would think you would get some decent money for that. Probably graded or ungraded. I would say it would resell fairly well. I mean, you don't have a lot of Aaron Rodgers one-of-ones, so I would imagine it would do well. Select is pretty popular too. So graded or ungraded, I would think you would probably come out okay on that. Steve, who did you say? You said he's ours. Who's yours? Sam Darnold? Do you have the Jets? Or did you mean the Patriots card? Devin McCourty. Or maybe you meant none of that, and it was something else entirely that I was talking about that I've forgotten what I was saying. There is a little bit of delay in my defense. Chat doesn't come up immediately after you type it in on my side. But also, since I'm multitasking, I glance over and back and forth a lot, but I don't look at it dedicated all the time, so sometimes I miss it for a minute too. Talking about Deontay Johnson. Okay, so you got the Steelers tonight. Steve's got my Steelers. All right, sweet. My little baby Steelers. Deontay Johnson. One of my little rookie babies. Next, XRC. All right, let's see if we can conjure it. Let's try to work some mojo magic and make it QB1. All right, what do you say? Fingers crossed. It is, well, QB3. We got close. We got in the ballpark anyway. We got the QB part right. Only so much you can do, I guess. Michael Vick, Eagles. And LaShawn McCoy, Chiefs. Devontae Parker, numbered 249 for the Miami Dolphins, autograph and relic. Of course, sometimes it ends up not being QB1 that you want anyway when it's all said and done. We always think we want the first guy drafted, and sometimes it really does work out that that's what we want, but plenty other times it works out differently. Devin Singletary for the Bills. A little Andy Isabella to 199, Arizona Cardinals. Austin Eckler, Chargers. Baker Mayfield for the Cleveland Browns, numbered to 49. And that's Jarrett Stidham, Patriots, and Emmitt Smith, the Boys. There have been a lot of Cowboy prisms in here tonight, haven't there? Doesn't it seem that way to you? It seems that way to me. I think it is. You think it's going to be Justin Herbert or Jordan Love will be QB3? Drew Brees and the Saints. Marquise Brown to 199 for the Ravens. I don't know. I think it depends on whether or not there's any trading that happens as to who goes where at the end of the day. Charles Tillman to 75 for the Bears. A nice looking autograph and a blue parallel. I still don't know that it couldn't be Tua, frankly. Tua could, in my opinion, still end up dropping down to be QB3. Or he may easily be the second taken, or he could just as easily be the third or the fourth. He's somewhere in the top 5, but because of that injury, I think it's hard to predict where. Adam Thielen and the Vikings. Steve Young to 99 for the 49ers, our relic. They did say he had a recent medical checkup and everything looked like it was doing well. Clearly, they're not going to know until he can get back on the field and get up to speed what the long-term impact is really going to be. Von Miller and the Broncos. Baker Mayfield for the Browns to 199. But whatever the most recent set of x-rays, scans, whatever they were, apparently all look good. Dexter Lawrence and the Giants. We have something interesting coming here. Let's see what this is. This is the Browns and Nick Chubb. I haven't seen yet in Select this year that particular combination. So what's that going to get us? Numbered to 5. All right, I'll take it. 5, number 5 of 5, last in the series. Gives me that special little thrill. You know how I am. Love those first and last in the series. So the Browns getting 1 to 5. Juan Thornhill, Kansas City, and the Rams with Cooper Kupp. Wrap up that box. We are 8 down and 4 to go with 1 redemption pending at the moment. 3 XRCs have been pulled. Our zebra parallel has been pulled. And that's kind of where we sit at the moment. But if they can get to the point where he can do even some minimal on-field work before the draft, it probably bumps him up versus the unknown. So we'll see how it all shakes out. Derek, it was a Raider. If you scroll back up through the chat feed, maybe it was Darren Waller, but somebody typed it in because somebody else asked that too a few minutes ago, and it was typed in up there. It's definitely the Raiders, and I think it was Darren Waller, but you know my poor memory doesn't always recall the easiest. Yeah, Aaron says it was Darren Waller. Okay, great. So Raiders, we knew. Darren Waller, I was somewhat guessing, but that was right. Okay, we've got AJ Green for the Bengals. You know, we have not seen a lot of die cuts tonight as a whole. Out of the first case, we had probably at least twice the die cuts that I've seen thus far tonight. I feel like that anyway. Carson Wentz to 99. I really felt like we had many more die cuts out of case 1. Maybe we didn't, but it seems like we did. A.J. Brown, Titans. Ed Oliver for the Bills. Blue parallel, Corey Davis, Titans to 175 or 149. Sorry, 149 on the blue. Got carried away there, didn't I? Montez Sweat, numbered to 75. Some ink for the Redskins. Frank Gore, Buffalo Bills. Here comes Jordy Nelson to 49. Green Bay. 2-color relic. There is Quincy Williams for the Jags base prism. And Deebo Samuel for the 49ers, numbered to 149. You know I like my stacks to not get real big, so I have to slide them off there and put them somewhere else. DeAndre Baker for the Giants, Dalvin Cook for the Vikings, N'Keal Harry, Patriots, Jarrett Stidham for the Patriots, Dan Marino, Dolphins, Juju Smith-Schuster for the Steelers. Our first green die cut of the night. We had a bunch of green out of the first case, I think. It seems like we did. It's our first green one of tonight. We're all the way into the 8th box before we hit it. Mecole Hardman, Kansas City Chiefs. It is numbered to 49. But of course, out of the first one, we didn't have the zebra. And I don't think we had a die cut to 10 either. So I guess it all comes out in the wash. Deontay Johnson, numbered to 199. My Pittsburgh Steelers. Relic and initials, actually, more so than autograph. Darrell Henderson for the Rams, followed by Jared Goff, also for the Rams, numbered to 149. And we are now jumping into box number 10. I said box 8 a minute ago. It was actually box 9 where we found the first green die cut. Sorry, it was 9. This is 10 that we're working on right now. All right. Well, I don't know. I couldn't get that one out of the wrapper. It happens sometimes. I hate that you have to pull theirs apart at the seams as opposed to tops where you just grab a chunk and whoosh, rip. Can't ever make that work on panini wrappers. They had a bunch of football questions on Jeopardy tonight. They got them right this time, though, I think. But sometimes, you know, it's funny. These people will be playing Jeopardy and they know all kinds of crazy stuff that an ordinary person really probably doesn't know. And then they'll ask them a question that any sports person would know without even thinking about it. And they'll miss it or not answer it at all on Jeopardy. That always makes me laugh. But tonight they had several football questions and sports and some basketball too. Several sports related questions. They actually mostly got them right tonight. So for whatever that's worth. Phillip Rivers and the Chargers. Travis Kelce, Kansas City Chiefs, 149. Pat Tillman for the Cardinals. Gary Jennings Jr., number 299 for the Seahawks, our relic for this box. Ezekiel Elliott, Cowboys. Julio Jones and the Falcons to 199. Drew Lock, Broncos. Tim Boyle, Green Bay Packers, 175. And Mark Ingram, Ravens. I don't want to start saying Mark Harmon. I don't know why. He's an actor. You guys know who he is. But for whatever reason, instead of Mark Ingram, like I almost said Mark Harmon and just caught myself right before I said it. Cole Holcomb for the Redskins. Of course, it doesn't do me any good to catch myself if I then turn around and tell you this stupid thing that I almost did. I might as well have just done it, right? Riley Ridley to 75 for the Bears. Stephon Gilmore for the Patriots, and number 235, a Pat Mahomes die cut, Chiefs, with the white parallel die cut. Calvin Ridley, Falcons. Terry McLaurin, Redskins. Le'Veon Bell, Jets. And that's just hanging out there. We may as well grab it. Another Kyler. I think we've already seen one pretty much just like that, but there's another one for the Cardinals. Here is our autograph. It is Brett Mayer for the boys to 199 for the Dallas Cowboys. Gardner Minshew. Is that the first Gardner prism we've seen tonight? I feel like it is. It's a field level. I feel like it is the first one we've seen. He's not coming out of here a whole lot in terms of parallels, Gardner, that I've noticed. Oh boy, we didn't find him in the first case. I thought maybe he wasn't going to be as prominent in this product, but here he is to 199. It is Easton Stick for the Chargers. Oh, that guy's been everywhere all year. He must not have made enough on his contract, so he has made it up on the back end by signing 4.5 billion cards. And I feel like I have pulled 3 of the 4.5 billion. course, you know what? If he turns out to be the next Tom Brady, everybody will be happy. But, whew, there's a lot of them. Oh, I couldn't get under the edge of that. I told you guys this earlier in the week. I've broken all my nails, and my thumbnails especially. I like to be a bit longer because it helps get under the edge of that wrapper, but I broke them off, like really low off, and it makes my life difficult trying to get in these wrappers sometimes. I started to say something else, and then I decided I better not say it because I don't want to jinx us. I bet you all know what I'm thinking, though. But, yeah, I'm not going to say it out loud, so there's no jinxing happening. Ryan Finley, Bengals, numbered to 35. Larry Fitzgerald, Cardinals, white parallel. A.J. Boy for the Jags, DK Metcalf, Seahawks, and there's Dwayne Haskins for the Redskins to 175. Justin Jackson, 199. Put him in the wrong spot, though, didn't I? Let's try that again for the Chargers, with a little prism autograph there for the Chargers. Oh, somebody typed it in. Oh, man. See, I didn't say it because I didn't want there to be the jinx. Oh. I'm still not going to read it out loud, but yeah, Steve, that is exactly what I was thinking. Bryce Love, numbered to 75 for the Redskins. And Joey Bosa, Chargers. Brandon Cooks for the Rams to 199. Got another little stack up there to check out. Jalen Smith, Cowboys. Nick Chubb, Browns. And that was Robert Woods for the Bills. Here comes a little love for the Raiders with your rookie Josh Jacobs to 99. That is a relic hit. Peyton Manning, Colts. Clelin Ferrell for the Raiders, or Ferrell rather. I always want to say Ferrell like Will Ferrell, but it's Ferrell. Julio Jones for the Falcons. Juju Smith-Schuster, that's going to be numbered to 10, I think, for the Steelers. I'm wrong. It is numbered to 99. I saw the gold, but yeah, that's our team color. Duh. See, I don't know. Sometimes they throw me off. I look at them and think they're going to be numbered to one thing, and they're not. Well, it's still nice, but to 99. A Kyler Murray base prism that is the concourse level. Followed by Jimmy Moreland and the Redskins, and a Jarrett Stidham for the Patriots to 199. All right, that brings us to a little last box mojo right now. Coming up, our last box. So we're going to try to bring the fire. See if we can't pull some straight up volcanic fire out of here. Out of our last box for tonight. So here's how this is going to roll. We'll, of course, look through all of the cards from the last box first. At the conclusion of that, we're going to flip over that redemption that's been sitting up there face down in our housekeeping area. We will find out who is on the other side of that, and then go to the Panini website, verify the team, and find out what, if anything, it is numbered to. After we handle that little piece of business, we will recap our XRC cards, relics, autographs, and cards that are numbered to 49 or below. That's our current plan for the night. After we do all the recapping, I will put up the shipping information one more time. If you missed that earlier, you'll get another chance to find out when you can expect these cards to ship. And then we'll also take a look at the breaks that are scheduled in the days ahead, the stuff that's already up and running on eBay that will be breaking over the next few days. Edward, you're hoping for some Josh Allen out of the last box. Which Josh Allen? Quarterback for the Bills or defensive player for the Jags? Ryan, you're looking for a Drew Brees tie-dye. Ooh, that would be nice. Yeah, I would like that. Well, right off the bat, we've got one of our hits. It's numbered to 25. It's Riley Ridley, so we do have tie-dye in here. 3-color relic and initials. I hesitate to call that an autograph. Technically it is, but it's really just initials. There's the Kansas City Chiefs and Derek Thomas. Next is Randall Cobb for the Cowboys. Dak Prescott for the Cowboys. Derrick Henry for the Titans. And we're going to see something interesting here coming up. This does look like it should be numbered low to 10 or so. Maybe lower, maybe 1 of 1. I don't know. Let's see. It is Kyler Murray, Arizona Cardinals. I was right the first time, numbered to 10, but it also has a 1 on it, so it's 1 of 10. I kind of both got it right, sort of, but yeah, I thought it was going to be to 10. So a nice Kyler Murray to 10. Last Box Mojo works for the Cardinals and the Bears anyway, right? You guys are happy. Aaron typed in Kyler, so right before we pulled that. Oh, see, and there it is. We made it all the way to the last box. Oh, my gosh. All the way to the last box. And then there comes the cursed points card. Daggone it. We almost got out of here without it. The Lions, and then we have Derek Thomas with our orange parallel numbered to 49 for the Kansas City Chiefs. That points card replaced a hit, by the way, so you probably know that already. LaShawn McCoy and the Chiefs. And there's Pat Tillman for the Cardinals. Again, we've got a numbered Baker Mayfield here. The maroon, so the higher numbered to 99 for the Browns. You meant Josh Allen for the Bills. Okay, all right. Well, we'll work on that too. See if we can pull a Josh Allen out of what's left here. There is your Drew Brees. It's not a tie-dye, but we got your Drew Brees Prism, so Mojo's kind of delivering for us. Gary Jennings Jr. to 10 for the Seahawks, 2-color relic. So that means the points card replaced one of our autograph hits. Boo. It's usually what it replaces, but there's always hope until you see for sure. Austin Eckler for the Chargers. A Josh Jacobs for the Raiders to 199. Montez Sweat for the Redskins. We're going to eke out one more die cut here for Michael Thomas and the Saints. And it is the purple die cut, numbered to 75. There's Saquon for the Giants, Devin Singletary for the Buffalo Bills. All right, so that is all of the stuff that we have live, but we do have our 2 housekeeping things to deal with. I'm just going to get us slightly organized up here so we'll be somewhat ready for the recap. Just give me one hot second here to get a couple little things squared away and get a tad bit organized here for this. We'll probably just recap. I guess we'll just recap our die cuts that are numbered to 49 and below. And of course the zebra one, and we won't worry about the higher numbered ones, I think, right? Does that sound reasonable? I think it does. I think so, in which case we need only those. Okay, here we go. Redemption first. It brings us A.J. Brown, Titans. Rookie signature memorabilia prism. So we're going to next go to the Panini website. We'll find out what, if anything, that is numbered to. So let me get us on the right page for that. And we'll take a little sneak peek and see what we can learn about it. All right, what did I say the card said? I've already forgotten. Rookie signature memorabilia prism. All right. Rookie signature memorabilia prism. And the card number is 10, if this ever loads. It's just circling. Why is it just circling? What the heck? Come on, man. Oh, now it's reloading the whole page. Oh, I shouldn't have hit reload. Tag on it. Oh, man. What is this website doing? All right, well, okay. Let's just try and load it again on a different tab and see what happens. Same problem? Yeah, same problem. So maybe it is that their whole website's gone down, but that's super weird because it let us look up the card set and then just freaked out on me. Huh. And neither one will load now. That's super strange. All right, well, I guess we'll come back and try that again in a minute because it's just circling around right now. Anyway, we know A.J. Brown's the Titans, but we'll go back and see if we can find out what's numbered to here shortly. Meanwhile, let's deal with this little bad boy there. 250 rewards points. Here's what we are going to do. I'm going to copy all of the team names and the XRC bidding spot because, well, yeah, that's a bidding spot too. So that's all going to get copied and pasted over here into random.org. And then at random.org, because we have 10 or more items in our list, we will do random one single time. When we have 9 or fewer, we do it 3 times, and only the third time is the deciding factor. But when we have 10 or more, we do it once. So scrolling through, you can see all of the teams were pasted in there, including our XRC spot. Good luck, everybody. Brings us the Packers. The Green Bay Packers are going to get the 250 rewards points. Oh, hey, yay, we've loaded again. Now let's see if it'll work. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's the circle of death again. Oh, boy. All right, so we're just going to keep on trucking. And we're not going to be able, apparently, to find out what that is going to be numbered to tonight because the Panini website is obviously having some difficulty cooperating with us for whatever reason. So let's recap. I tell you what we will do. We'll start with this little stack. All right, there's our Darren Waller Zebra die cut prism. Again, with a lot of curvature. Just expect that throughout this whole set, guys. So these are not numbered, but they do come out either, well, most often one per case. Sometimes they don't come out at all, and very rarely you might find more than one a case. Ezekiel Elliott and the Cowboys to 10. To 35, Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. To 35, Fletcher Cox and the Eagles. And Mecole Hardman Jr. to 49 and Kansas City Chiefs. Just remember, we're recapping 49 and below. So there are other things numbered, lots of them, but they're higher numbers. J Bomb Sauce, it has been a while. How you been, J Bomb Sauce? You got some Packers hits tonight. You had the Packers. Well, awesome. All right. I am glad to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. A Kyler Murray to 10 for the Cardinals. Numbered to 5, that's Nick Chubb and the Browns. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, numbered to 49 for the Eagles. And Derek Thomas to 49 for the Chiefs. To 35, Larry Fitzgerald, Cardinals. To 35, Julio Jones, Falcons. Peyton Manning to 35 for the Broncos. And Baker Mayfield, numbered to 49 for the Browns. Dan Marino to 49 for the Dolphins. David Montgomery to 49 for the Bears. Now, again, there's lots of other numbered stuff, but I tried to just kind of keep separate those that were 49 or lower. If I accidentally stacked one somewhere else, my apologies, but you know, if you saw it go by, you're going to get it. Everything ships out of here. We had a 250 points card replaced one of our autograph hits, and it was awarded to the Packers by way of random.org. XRC redemptions. These were a separate bidding category. All three of these go to that bidder. We got QB 3, defense 3, and wide receiver 3 for the XRCs. We have a bunch of relics to look at. Gary Jennings Jr. to 10 for the Seahawks. Josh Jacobs and the Raiders to 99. The Seahawks and Gary Jennings Jr. to 99. Jordy Nelson and the Packers to 49. Steve Young to 99 for the 49ers. Sam Darnold to 99, the Jets. Marquise Brown tie-dye to 25 for the Ravens. Joey Bosa, Chargers, 49. Javon Kersey, that is numbered to 10 for the Titans. There's your other Marquise Brown relic for the Ravens. That one to 10. DK Metcalf, Seahawks to 99. A little Mason Rudolph to 75 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Packers with Marquez Valdez-Scantling to 75. Now our autograph recap. A.J. Brown and the Titans. Let's just try. I'm just going to see one more time, like if this is going to load. I'm not even going to move you over there yet until I can see if it will do anything. Because right now, yeah, no, it's not. It's definitely not. So A.J. Brown for the Titans. We don't know what it's going to be numbered to because we can't look it up because the stupid Panini website is like somewhat down, like almost entirely down. Riley Ridley and the Bears, tie-dye to 25. Bryce Love, Redskins to 75. Justin Jackson, Chargers, 199. Easton Stick, Chargers, 199. Brett Mayer, 199. Cowboys. Deontay Johnson, Steelers to 199. Montez Sweat to 75 for the Redskins. Charles Tillman, 75 for the Bears. Devontae Parker, 49, Dolphins. Devin McCourty, 75, Patriots. Tie-dye to 25, Devin Bush and the Steelers. Tie-dye to 25, Joejuan Williams and the Patriots. Jason Kelce, 1 of 1 for the Eagles. There's that handsome little card. Some throwback here. Mercury Morris to 199 for the Dolphins. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside for the Eagles to 49. The Steelers and James Washington to 49. The Bengals with a tie-dye to 25 for Rodney Anderson. Dexter Williams Packers to 199. The Patriots and Damian Harris to 25. Nick Bosa, 49ers to 49. Travis Frederick, numbered to 35 for the Cowboys. And Jamie Collins, numbered to 199 for the Patriots. All right, so we got all that done. All of our break is done. All of our recap is done. As promised, I'm going to put up spreadsheet information. You can find shipping info here. Then we'll take a look at our scheduled breaks that are coming up in the days ahead. So if you were the winner of the football jersey tonight, it was Wade Boggs and the Red Sox. If you missed it, then that's going to be on the way to you no later than Friday the 28th, a week from today. It will probably go sooner, but it would not go later. If you happen to get skunked in the jersey break tonight, you were not, you did not have the Red Sox, but you were in that break. Your consolation card would typically be held to ship with your next package simply because it is a free shipping break. If you want it sent sooner, send me a message on eBay and let me know, and we'll get the details sorted out for you. The paid shipping break tonight, Select Football, that we just finished up, will be on the way to you no later than Tuesday, probably sooner, but it won't be later than that. And here is what it looks like in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, we're going to be back in Series 1 Jumbo Baseball. Veteran Base does not ship. And Celebration of Decades event ticket is a separate bidding category. Sunday night will be an off night. Monday night, we're going to open a pair of Leaf multi-sport autographed jerseys. And those are spots sold by the first letter of last name. All are listed in the football category. We'll also open a 20-box case of Archive Signature Series Baseball Active Player Edition and a 12-box case of Plates and Patches Football. Tuesday night will be a rinse and repeat of Saturday night. It will be Series 1 Jumbo Baseball, again with the same parameters that we have on Saturday. On Wednesday, we have 2 new releases. Panini One Football, which is... you probably remember it. It was a new product last year. It is 1 autographed card per box encased in a one-touch. And then Heritage Baseball releases on Wednesday. We're going to break a full case, or a full 20-box case quantity of Panini One, but they're going to be a half case from one place and a half case from the other place. And then we'll break a half case of Heritage Baseball as well, our other new release. And we're also going to start early, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. That's all on Wednesday night for our new releases. And that, kids, has got me wrapped up for tonight. So as always, I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a great weekend ahead. And if you don't come back and see me tomorrow night, I hope I will see you again soon. So enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.